Hello everyone, welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo-Baka. This evening, fuel prices are set to drop as much as 3% at the pumps from tomorrow. The projection is contained in the latest Outlook report, which guides pricing of oil marketing companies in the country. More in this report.
The projected reduction has been influenced by the continued appreciation of the Ghana cedi against the dollar over the past 2 weeks, as well as declining prices of finished petroleum products on the international market. Despite the increase of crude oil prices on the international market due to the recent development in Venezuela, this was not enough to trigger price increases in Ghana, some analysts say. Based on data secured from the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, the price of petrol is expected to decline by 2.30%. This could result in a litre of petrol being sold at 11.75 pesos. Diesel is projected to decline by as much as 2.10%, which should see a litre being sold at 12.45 pesos. Liquefied petroleum gas is also expected to drop by up to 5.09%, resulting in a kilogram selling at 12.30 pesos. This is the second time this month that prices of petroleum products are being reduced at the pumps.
Chief Executive Officer of DLX Finance, Joe Jackson, has welcomed the establishment of a 12-member presidential advisory group on the economy, describing it as laudable. However, he cautioned against overestimating the role of the supervisory board, emphasizing the need for tangible actions to drive economic growth. Mr. Jackson spoke to Joy Business.
First off, this is an excellent team. This is an A team. This is a team that we are proud providing advisory services to the government. And listen, this group, I don't think anybody can complain about the membership of the group, the skills they bring to the advisory role they have. It's spread and represented across various facets from the private sector, from the academia. This moment, we can't complain about this group. I don't think that they are going to be limited to one aspect of economic policy. I believe that they would span the whole spectrum, right? And it's important to understand that when you look at the document, there was no limitation. They're just to advise on economic policy, and economic policy spans a wide range of things. And so my understanding is that they will be looking at what the government is planning to do, what it is doing, and giving advice. That cannot be wrong. The government says, I will listen to your advice. I will listen to what you say. And so let's not elevate this group to become, they're not replacing the Ministry of Finance.
Economist at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Jabril Mohammed, has cautioned that an aggressive cut in interest rates could have long-term implications for the cedi. Speaking to Joy Business, he warned that a sudden surge in borrowing by businesses, if not matched with productive investment, could fuel a rise in non-performing loans.
The long term, it could have an impact on the long term because aggressive reduction in interest rates will have a serious impact on long-term outcome because the point is that you could have a lot of the assets being still assets, which means that people are not willing, especially housing projects. In terms of housing businesses may be affected because it's going to lead to a hike in prices. If you look at the US, what happened in the US, you will notice that the housing bubble was as a result of lower interest rates, and people will have to find their investment into real estate. And when they invest more into real estate, prices are going to drive real estate high, especially as a result of aggressive interest rates. And it can also bring about risk in terms of the businesses. Businesses will be looking for alternative investments, and the alternative investment must give them a good yield. And that good yield will lead to a higher risk in those avenues. And also banks may decide to reallocate their resources. As he said earlier on, they may not want to lend to borrowers. They want to look out elsewhere for lending because they are in business to make funds. and inflation may also increase in the long run. These are some of the fundamental issues that you will see when you have interest rates aggressively reduced.
And to some other stories, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust (SNIT) has capped the salary levels eligible for benefit payments for this year at almost 70,000 cedis. There is more in this report.
The development should mean that the application of the Tier 1 calculation to one's salary cannot go beyond the almost 70,000 Ghana cedis. This is what the State Pension Trust has put out when it comes to its maximum insurance earnings for the year 2026. Based on this new directive, the maximum amount that the Tier 1 pension calculation of 13.5% will apply should not be more than 70,000 Ghana cedis, resulting in a new pension payment of around 9,000 Ghana cedis every month. The initiative is part of the new pension reforms to ensure that managers of the SNIT scheme are able to meet their obligations when it comes to the monthly benefits payment. Currently, the highest person on the SNIT scheme is taking home more than 200,000 Ghana cedis every month. But the State Pension Trust believes that this is not sustainable going forward, hence the need to review this. SNIT has argued that the rest of one's salary can be directed to the Tier 2 and Tier 3 when it comes to contributions for one's pensions. According to SNIT, the new cap amount of 70,000 Ghana cedis represents an upward review from around 61,000 Ghana cedis.
The Ghana Export-Import Bank is set to provide blended finance to ensure sustainable funding for the government's Nkukwo-Kitikiti poultry program. Speaking on the sidelines of the launch of the Ghana Exim Bank at 10, Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Sylvester Mensah, said the initiative will help grow the poultry sector.
Major program for Akukwo Nketenkete, and this program is being complemented by all financial institutions. When we talk of blended finance, we are looking at Exim Bank providing low-interest funding, and we are looking at commercial banks and Exim Bank coming together to blend the finance in such a way that the high interest rates of the commercial banks will be tempered by the low rate of Exim Bank in order to provide some level of flexibility. We in Exim Bank have gone ahead to visit some countries that have excelled in poultry, particularly Ivory Coast. In Ivory Coast today, they don't import frozen chicken. Their poultry industry is at its peak, and they produce 100% poultry and chicken that they consume. Ghana wants to get to that stage. Ghana has gone there. We have gone there as Exim Bank to look at the policy framework, to look at government support for their poultry industry and what has enabled Ivory Coast to be able to, as it were, be independent of frozen chicken. And I think that it is the direction. We've taken that trajectory, and we believe that from the experience that we have and from the knowledge we have acquired from many other countries, we will be able to move faster in ensuring that we achieve at least sufficiency in poultry sooner than later.
This is still Prime Business. We have more for you after this break. Hello, welcome back to Prime Business. The World Food Programme, with support from the UK government and key Ghanaian institutions, is piloting a rice initiative aimed at improving nutrition and learning outcomes for school children across the country. In the Upper East region, the BBN Farmers Cooperative Union has received and installed rice fortification equipment supplied by the World Food Programme as part of a broader investment in local production capacity. Albert Sorry reports.
Schools in parts of the Upper East region, an impactful intervention is taking place, one meal at a time. The World Food Programme, with funding from DSM Firmenich, the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, in collaboration with the Ghana School Feeding Programme the Ghana Education Service and the Ghana Health Service has introduced fortified rice into school meals in selected schools. The initiative targets micronutrient deficiencies among school-aged children, particularly in communities where rice is a staple food. Through the addition of essential vitamins and minerals, the fortified rice aims to improve students' health, boost school attendance, and enhance learning outcomes. The Bolgatanga Boko Navrongo, or BBN Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, located at Bogorogo in the Bongo district, is playing a critical role in this program. The cooperative has received and installed rice fortification equipment supplied by the World Food Programme as part of a broader investment in local production capacity.
This one is also part of the WFP support for us to fortify the rice and sell to the schools and then general public. We know that it is a project and it has a time that the project will elapse. They have linked us to the contact where they produce it and how we can get it. So when it expires, because we want to remain the producers of fortified rice, we will also follow the link and then the contacts they have given to us so that we can also build a relationship with where we can get the fortified kernel and then also continue in business with fortified rice.
The equipment enables local millers to blend fortified rice kernels with locally produced rice, ensuring a sustainable supply chain rooted in community participation. Just a few kilometers away in the Anafo BC community, the Lilingo Asongtaba Women Group is also a key actor in the value chain. The group parboils rice, which is then purchased by the BBN cooperative for fortification and onward distribution to schools.
Financial support when we get we want, because normally when we save small in our saving group, when they have to start selling the rice and we have to buy, some of the people need to buy about 100 bucks. And we will not get it that way. And we are 60 in a number. So when we want to buy it plenty and we did not get the money, and we cannot afford to just fetch all the money inside the Dhaka and then go and buy the rice, leaving the children we are supposed to cater for.
The fortified rice eventually finds its way into school kitchens. Under the pilot phase, more than 157,000 students in public schools are being targeted nationwide, with additional reach in low-fee-paying private schools in deprived communities across northern Ghana. The Our Lady of Lourdes Senior High School in Navrongo is one of the beneficiaries of the World Food Programme intervention.
Today, I am here to thank the WFP for bringing us the fortified rice, which is very good and helping the students very much. Most of them used to complain about their eyes that is itching. I myself am even a victim. I used to have itching eyes, but these days, no, it's gone because of the fortified rice. Since we started eating it, it's very good. You can even store some from afternoon to evening and still take it.
A cost-benefit analysis is currently underway, and stakeholders are hopeful the evidence will support scaling up of the program and making fortified rice a standard component of school feeding across Ghana. Reporting for JoyNews, Albert Sorry, Bongo.
The Member of Parliament for Wawe, Superintendent Peter Lanchini-Tubo, retired, says a person's background or parentage should not limit their potential. He believes every individual is born with a unique talent capable of transforming their community. Speaking to about 40 beneficiaries of a youth empowerment initiative in West District dubbed the Future Project, which aims at creating employment opportunities, particularly for graduates, Mr. Tobo urged participants to take full advantage of the program to improve their economic well-being. Rafiq Salam reports.
The initiative, according to the Wawe's Member of Parliament Superintendent retired Peter Tubu is aimed at addressing the unemployment challenge of the people, particularly graduates, upon completion of their courses at the tertiary level. Most of these graduates, who often search for white-collar jobs, ends up with nothing, accompanied with frustration. The West Legislature 3 months ago initiated a project codenamed The Future Today. Over 300 people applied to join the project. Out of the number, 40 of them were successful.
Let nobody deceive you that where you were born and who your father is or who your mother is has a limitation on what you can do. Each of you is born with a natural talent, capable of transforming your community. And I came to encourage you, to build you up, to motivate you, to fund your ideas. In the field of innovation, all we say is that there are people with brilliant ideas and they lack funding. And there are also a lot of people with money and they want ideas. So when you put brilliant ideas and money together, you create an innovation. So what I did was to bring you financial support. And I picked your ideas, the best ones, and I'm funding those ideas. And I'm expecting that the future today will actually be made up of great leaders. The future today will be made up of billionaires. And the future today will be made up of people who believe that together we can.
With an initial seed capital of 200,000 Ghana cedis that was rolled out to the 40 beneficiaries, Superintendent retired Peter Tubu disclosed that many of them have seen the initiative as a good venture, as they have been able to double the money given to them. They are therefore demanding to repay the money now for others to also benefit.
Some had 7,000, some had 10,000, some had 5,000, some had 2,000. But all of them appear to be doing well. The motor mechanics that got monies, they buy spare parts. So when you come to repair your motor and there is a part that you need to replace, they take the part from their own shop, replace it for you. You pay for the repairs, the expertise, and then you pay for the part that you bought. And they are doing so well. Some of them have added engine oil to their shops. So you can change your engine oil there and do all kinds of things. So all of them are doing so well. And I'm praying that a lot of them, about 3 months ago, started calling. They want to pay my money back. Because they were doing so well, they want to return my money. But I've told them to be patient. And I've asked them to develop their own payment plan. It's going to be flexible. You want to use 3 months to pay? You want to use 1 year to pay? You want to use 6 months to pay? Let it be your plan, and we'll let you go by it.
Dr. Ziembo offered hospitality management at the Senior Technical University and hoped for a white-collar job upon completion. It's been 2 years since he completed the university, and a search for white-collar job has been elusive.
I was glad that I was given 6,000 to start a business. That's piggery. Today, if you see me, my pigs are doing very well. Everything. I'm even extending the pen to rail more. The pigs are doing very well. And today, if I catch one pig, I could sell 1,500 and more. And I'm so glad, Honorable Board, this initiative. We say thank you very much, Honorable Peter Tubu, for this initiative. We are so proud of you.
Another is Samba Sigilinda from Nwoli, who completed Bole Nursing Training College and for a couple of years has been waiting with bated breath for her posting, which has however delayed.
So life wasn't just easy. Seeing a graduate without work and all those stuff, so it wasn't easy. So I think this initiative have really helped me a lot. So I'm so thankful for that. Yeah, I saw plain rice, spaghetti jollof, then I make salad, then fried fish and fried egg.
For teacher Idrisu, who was from Verimpre, her profession as a teacher isn't enough to carry the burden of the whole family, and she found solace on the project.
Oh, actually, he gave me 5,000, and out of the 5,000, I also added my own capital, and I was able to make 6 acres of farm for only soya beans. And as I'm taking each hectare of land gave me 7 bags. Yes, so I can confidentially say that what he has invested in me is not a waste.
The monies which are disbursed to the beneficiaries are interest-free, no timelines for repayment, and are political. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Let's now go to the commodities market. That's all for Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. Prime Sports is next.